Hello, it's Bunny incoming to your subscription box. Welcome to today's video. Also, if you can hear the AC outside, please don't mind that because it's like 30 degrees today in Korea and I just needed it on because I probably shouldn't turn on the fan that's right next to me because I have my microphone here. And also my voice might be a bit smaller than usual because a few days ago I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. It was not a good experience and I can't really move my mouth a lot right now without feeling pain, so we'll get on with that. So today I just wanted to talk about a few physical and digital media that I've been enjoying for the past about 6 months now in 2026. Can you believe that it's already June? We're already like halfway through the year. I will start with digital media. Also, if I'm looking that way, I have my laptop here with all my notes, so I'll be referring to that. So I will start with digital media that I've been loving. So starting with movies and TV shows. Some of my favorites I found this year, I found some in February, which is The Art of Sarah. In Korean, it's Lady Dua. And I literally binged it in like a few days. Like, I watched like 4 or 5 episodes a day, which was a little bit of a problem, but that was just how amazing the show was. Some stuff that I really got to think about watching this show was how easily manipulated or like kind of easily idled humans are with supposedly expensive and luxury stuff, you know? Like if you just think of a bag, like it's just one bag that's doesn't itself have that much of a high value, but because someone supposedly says that this is like a really expensive thing that's really valuable, people kind of buy into that very easily because of the illusion that somebody or the society creates. And that was really interesting. Also, besides all the deep philosophical or societal problem that the show touched on, like the ASMR of that series is just so good. Like the charms on the bag, all this fabric and the texture sounds, it's just a good ASMR TV show, I think. One other thing, just on the more like a surface level, I really love fashion, and this was obviously like a fashion related TV show, so I just liked seeing everyone's fashion and like being in that fashion industry kind of behind the scenes, and also like just visually was a satisfying TV show to watch, I think. And another movie or show I loved was in April. I think that's when Girl from Nowhere Reset version came out, and oh my god, I loved the first 2 seasons of that, but I liked the reset version as well. At first, when I was starting the series, I was like, why is it not the original Nanno? Like, I miss original one. But then as I watched on, I really liked Becky Armstrong's new like reset Nanno as well. It was so fun to watch. Again, binged it in like, actually I binged like the first few episodes in like a few days, but then it was updating like weekly, so I had to like wait a little bit to finish. I wish it had been longer, honestly. I just wanted more episodes. I was so obsessed with it. Like Becky Armstrong's acting for Nanno is so good. Like it's different to the original first 2 series, but like her mannerisms and how she portrays Nanno, like it was so interesting. It's so satisfying to watch. And also first 2 seasons were quite gory in like visual for my liking. I don't usually like very gory, like visually gory stuff. Books are like crime stories, like when it's like just audio, I can deal with that, but when it's actually like in front of me as a visual, like I really don't really like that. But like the reset Nanno was less gory than the first 2 seasons, so I really enjoyed that. And the endings of every episode is so satisfying. Like the people get karma so good, and I just love that part. Yeah, so that was April's favorite. And obviously in May I found another favorite, which is The Devil Wears Prada 2. I think I touched on that when I did my makeup a few videos ago, but it was so good. I watched it twice. I went to the cinema twice for it, and that has never happened in my life before. And I just love that the story revolves around fashion, but also it touches on so many more like psychological stuff that characters go through. I think in the first one it's just a lot of problems with the main characters and people around them. Like even Andy's actions in the first movie, a lot of it I really disliked, and I didn't agree with a lot of characters' decisions and views. But in the second film, it was really good to see them grow as a person, and I think like every single character did. Like I was surprised to see Miranda's growth. I won't spoil anything, so don't worry, but like I didn't expect that. And she shows a lot more empathy and just like emotion in general, and I was very surprised. It's really good to see Miranda kind of find people who she's safe with. And with Miranda's view, I like that the movie touched on its view on art and humanity, especially nowadays, as with the movie AI kind of is trying to like kind of take over a lot of aspects of our industry and tasks that humans used to do. And a lot of people think like AI could replace art, and I'm not saying it's never gonna happen, like definitely could, but I agree with the movie's view that AI could probably never be able to replace what art actually is, you know? It can maybe recreate drawings, fashion design, whatever, but it's never going to come up with a new meaning or kind of the philosophy behind the art or the design. And I think the thought behind it, the intention, why someone designed this piece or designed the way they decided to design it, I think that's where art really comes from, and that's why humans appreciate art and is willing to pay prices to own it or to go see it, you know? It's not just the skill of being able to draw something, being able to design it, but being able to explain why you consciously made that choice or even unconsciously made that choice and what it represents to you. I think that's where art counts as art, in my opinion. So Miranda kind of, I think in the movie she kind of says something like some things will never change, or she hopes that some traditions or human achievement like never overlooked, and I really agreed with that. So that was something that was really nice to think about after watching the movie. And yeah, that concludes the movie and TV shows section and some music I've been loving this year so far. I really got into Taylor Swift songs. It's very late. I think in the winter times I listened to her on loop all the time. Like now that it's like spring, summer, a little bit less for some reason, but I think in winter Taylor Swift songs were so good to listen to. The song somehow really let me like focus on art and what I wanted to draw, and it just fit with the mood that I was trying to convey through my painting or just digital drawing at that time. That painting, I was listening to Taylor Swift while painting that a lot of times. I just love that song in, I think, especially like January, February time. Also, just my all-time favorite artist, Sabrina Carpenter. I love her songs. I loved her songs since like last year, summer. I think her songs are so summery to listen to. Some of my favorite songs I've been listening to this year, as well as last year actually, were Juno and Good Graces. Also, another artist, Hwasa. Like, maybe I'm not like a diehard fan of any like artists technically. I just like their songs and I like watching their performances time to time. And Hwasa is also one of those artists that I do. Every time she comes out with a song, I will listen to it. Like, I will listen to anything she puts out. Her voice is so soothing all the time. I think she got a lot of attention for her song Goodbye, because she performed at like a famous award ceremony. But then I actually prefer her new song called So Cute. I think that song is just way better. That song always makes my mood feel a bit better. Also, for the summertime when I was designing my new designs or art, I listen to Hannah Montana soundtracks a lot. It's giving so much early 2000 vibes, and it's just so fun to listen to, and it's very nostalgic. I didn't watch that much of Hannah Montana when I was growing up, but definitely when I was in like primary school, I think, my mom got a hold of some episodes. She showed it to me for English practice, and I remember being like, oh my god, that's what I want to be, you know? I want to be cool kids. I love listening to Hannah Montana songs when I'm doing my scrapbook somehow. It really motivates me to be creative and be summery in early 2000 vibes. So moving on to physical media, I'm gonna start with books and also manga. I don't have that many favorite books this year, unfortunately. I think a lot of the books that I've been reading were just mid, honestly, nothing new. Just not very interesting, not very enjoyable. But one book that I did finish this year was Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. It's been a while, so my memory is slightly like, but I did refer back to my media journal for my thoughts. So all hype of this book aside, the writing is so comical sometimes. It's so funny. Like, you would think this thick book about crime and punishment wouldn't be that funny, but sometimes the scenes or the characters' dialogue and the interaction between characters, sometimes it's just so hilarious. I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, also the description of the atmosphere was really good to read in the winter. I read this in January, I think. At least I finished it in January, and the vibe was just perfect for winter somehow. And onto the content of it. No spoilers, by the way. The humans, good and evil, but also theme of love that shows through was so beautiful to watch. The one that stuck with me the most was that in between that there's like potential for love and forgiveness, and it was done so kind of idealistic way, to be fair, but that's what made it so good though. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. You just need to read it, I think. And I found out Dostoevsky's background with his problem with gambling personally, and then it was extra emotional to understand the book after knowing the context of that. There's a gambler character in the book, and then the writing to describe him, it's very raw and no excuses to sugarcoat his behavior. So much self-disgust by the character, and it was very sad even seeing it, because Dostoevsky was that character that he wrote about. I felt like I was reading someone's like almost like confession. Just go read it. I don't think me explaining it is doing the book justice. So, but did anyone simp at Sonia and Raskolnikov's slow burn romance? Like, I was a simp for them for so long in the book. The last 1/3 of this book, I just was shipping them so bad. Even though technically if Sonia were my friend and she wanted to date Raskolnikov, I would not encourage her to get a relationship with that man. But because it was a book and it was written so well, and Raskolnikov and Sonia's like psychology, like internal monologue was done so well that I just couldn't help but ship them together. Moving on to manga section, I've been really into Nana, as you probably can see in some of my videos. I think I got only up to volume 5, so I have a long way to go, but I think my favorite volumes so far is volumes 2 to 4. I just love Otaki Nana. She's so cool. She's very independent. I love the way the manga panels for her, especially performance scenes, are done. I can feel her like energy through the pages. I feel like she's an actual character that I want to go to concert for just to experience her music. Yeah, I'd love to be more like her, but I think every time I read the manga, I feel like I just look a bit too much like Hachi. Do I think so. I don't act like her in terms of relationships and life decisions, but the way she decides her life decisions is just like, get a grip. But I did low-key get kind of mirror therapy, as Korean people call it, like 거울치료, when it came to the way she like did her finance. Honestly, I also like cute clothes. I also like cute accessories. I like cute furnitures. As much as I like earning money. So this manga low-key fixed my issue for trinkets, and yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm seeing myself in this manga, probably shouldn't keep going like this or else I'm gonna end up like her. Yeah. But anyways, I really like the style, obviously. I think the big part of Nana fandom, I think, is in the fashion. Obviously, it's very good inspo for style and fashion and even makeup, I think. At some point, I want to make a video, like, Get Ready With Me with inspiration by Nana. I really loved Vivienne Westwood as a brand before reading this manga because I like their charm, like necklaces. But I think I love them more because of the manga. And I actually visited Vivienne Westwood flagship store when I went to London like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago I think at this point. And then, oh my god, the fit looks 1000% Ozaki Nana. And I know like it's the manga that took the original design, it's not the other way around. But it was really fun to imagine Nana wearing the clothes that were displayed in the shop. I don't really love how the feelings are like so over exaggerated in the manga. I don't know if it's like a 90s thing, because a lot of 90s like movies or books kind of have that similar vibe, I think. But like it's so overdone. Like it's not a big deal, it's not the end of the world. Like it's not the end of the world, it's not a big deal, but then they make it so much like big life and death situation that I'm like, okay, like it's not that deep. It's like one thing I can get past it. So I've been loving that. Last section is magazines. I've been really wanting to get more into magazines just because, I don't know, it's just fun to like have a physical inspo of fashion or makeup or just like visually pleasing something, you know. But the magazine, it's like kind of finite thing that it has a start and an end, and I've been really wanting to get more into it. And I don't know if it's like a favorite because I haven't had many magazines already before, but I did want to mention it here just because I think it's like a fun magazine. I kind of got into Egg magazine. I only have one because it was really hard to get it in Korea. It's a Japanese magazine. I also don't think they do it like monthly anymore. They just kind of combine like months and then release issues like once in a while. But I got into it because I got really interested in ghetto fashion at some point, like in April or May. I think it was like April. I started to kind of research it and get to understand it, and I found out that Egg magazine and also Pop Teen, something like that, were like forefront of ghetto culture back in the day, and also kind of now. Like I think people like do watch their Egg like magazine channel on YouTube. It was really fun to kind of flip through it. They have like fashion tips, makeup looks, and one thing is that I did learn Japanese last year, so I think I can do like basic conversation, but I can't read Japanese. I tried many times. I can read hiragana and then I can kind of read katakana as well. I think most of it. I just need a lot of time to get to it. But kanji, oh my god, I just cannot do it. Like I can't do it. I tried so many times. I never could do it. Like I just couldn't. I don't think I'm gonna get to do that in this lifetime. So I couldn't read any of the magazines like explanation, which was a shame because it had so much content in written form that I really wanted to read, but I just could not because it's not yeah, but it was still fun to look at pictures and posters and drawings and maybe kind of read at least the title of the makeup they were trying to promote. That's the furthest I got, but anyway, it was a very fun magazine to look through. But yeah, that concludes my mid-year media consumption check video. I hope you got some more inspiration and recommendation from it, and yeah, I will see you in my next video.